A big thing that happened for us was that Chris was able to fulfill a lifelong dream of his.
Like adorbs.
And so I've just decided to probably not post on there. Welcome back to Disneyland with the Ledfords. This is You're a leopard? Ledford. This is our second time back at the parks since our blackout dates. The first time we came back was with the Nugget school friends, so I did vlog it over for shorts, but I did not vlog it because I don't feature other people's kids unless they're also online already. Oranges. Nugs is having some mini corn dogs. Aren't they the best? Yeah. Actually got here to do a little solo Disney trip, which was rare. I never come here by myself. Like sometimes I'll meet Chris and the Nugs by myself. They'll already be here, but I've never...
This is the first time you've ever came by yourself.
For hours. First of all, it's so easy to get here without a stroller or another person. I got my favorite parking spot. I have to take the elevator, just took the escalator down, which is a huge, like not having to wait to just take an escalator. Walked right through security, walked right onto a tram, got right off the tram, walked right through the gates, and walked right to Tomorrowland so that I could get my phone number text thingy. So it's a text queue essentially, and they let you know when to come back. I waited about an hour and a half, and then they texted me that I could come back, and they were actually in the parks by then, so we were able to get all three of us our Magic Key pins. We all got the same pin, so she wants to try and trade one for the Minnie and Daisy one because we got the Mickey and Pluto one. The Nugs had mainly just pasta for lunch at school, brown butter pasta with Caesar salad and Parmesan cheese. So, what? You want to tell them?
Pasta.
Speak up.
What you
Pasta?
What you need?
Cheese?
Waxed Chris's nose, if you haven't seen it on shorts. You want to see Dad's nose?
No hair.
Doesn't it look weird? How does it feel?
If like slick.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it other than like it just feels empty.
I went on Matterhorn single rider, but the wait was almost as long as the regular line, which is fine. I was just scrolling my phone while I waited. And then I was on Matterhorn thinking it's not as bumpy as I remembered it, and it's not as scary as I remembered it. We just went on the holiday It's a Small World. I'm gonna go on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Let me see.
Like adorbs.
Bengal barbecue. And the next is obsessed with Dad's hat. We are at Tropical Hideaway, and I decided to go a little bit different with the pineapple, guava, strawberry, mango. You got a strawberry, what do you call those?
Yeah, strawberry. Pineapple, right?
Yeah, and you got a strawberry Dole Whip, and you want to go see the Tiki Room? Okay. Bit of Christmas decor on Main Street. It'll probably start coming down this weekend. Oh, trying not to be frustrated that she dropped most of her food on the floor. And there's a lone corn dog left. It's not as windy here, even though everywhere else is like hurricane.
Yeah. I will say this, when I was coming in, like garage, because I'm on the roof, and the headwind was so strong that it made it hard to push the stroller.
When I was coming off the roof, I noticed that it was kind of windy, and I was regretting not bringing my sunglasses because dust got in my eye.
Me too, yeah.
So I was like, oh wow, this might be a quick trip tonight.
Yeah.
But there's not like a bit of wind at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I got dust in mine too.
It is Wednesday of the week, and we are at work. I'm working a double today, covering for another instructor as well as my block, and it is super, super windy. Overnight, the fires went out of control all through Los Angeles County. So far, Orange County is relatively safe and unharmed, so I've just been checking in on my friends. We do have an extra room and bathroom if anybody needed to crash, but so far, all of my personal friends are okay, and I'm hoping it stays that way. I'm just thinking about all of the first responders and the firefighters and how incredibly brave and amazing they are. I'm just hoping that the winds die down soon. It's scheduled to die down around 6 p.m. today. It's just devastating. We experience winds all the time. Southern California winds, it's like normal for us. Fires, normal for us. This is unlike anything we've ever seen or experienced, and it's just crazy. Yeah, but I'm just gonna chug along and focus on the classes I'm teaching today and hope people are safe. Did a real quick at-home workout, which I'm posting all of my at-home workouts on my stories over on Instagram because I realize how hard it is for people to get to the gym, and all of my workouts can be done at home with very simple weights. If you don't have weights, you can use water bottles, cans, gallon jugs, whatever it is you have around home. Progressive. So I actually started from taking 3 weeks off because we were in Japan. Then I came back for a week, and then I had to take 3 more weeks off because of my oral surgery. First workout I posted, which I post in order, is very progressive, starting from 0 and building back my strength, building back my endurance, also making sure that I am doing it quickly. So I have my workouts in no matter how little time I have, designed by Chris for me, specifically with my goals and my age and my body and everything in mind, to build long, lean muscle, burn fat, get my heart rate up, and make sure that we're supporting my body. I'm in my 40s now, and a lot of the workouts that are high intensity, really into HIIT no longer works for me like it used to. I'm not saying HIIT is bad. I'm just saying for me and my body where I'm at, it's not as effective. We want to stress the body, but we want to be strategic with stressing the body to build strength and endurance without over stressing it where I am suddenly holding on to fat or have too much inflammation in the body. Do his workouts anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week. I also go take Lagree classes where I teach anywhere between 1 to 2 times a week. And then I will also supplement with my at-home mini former. I walk at Disney and I have an active child. And that though, while if I'm not teaching, if I'm not intentionally working out or at Disney, I do have a pretty sedentary life. So we keep all of that in mind. We keep my age in mind. We keep the fact that I'm a woman and that I want to stress the body for progression and progress and strength, and not overstress it where I'm then holding on to fat and inflammation and all of that stuff. So Chris is a certified personal trainer with many years of experience. I'm a certified nutritionist and a certified level 2 Lagree instructor. So between the two of us, we have it pretty locked down in what I need to do, and we work together. So I thought I'd post them because they're easy to screen grab. I'm going to save them in my stories highlights as well. So if you are wanting to get moving, you can do any of the workouts. You can modify, you can lessen the weight, do it at your own discretion. Yeah, I just think you should have access to being able to stay physically fit. So I'm gonna go run and take a shower, eat some pre-made meals that I prepped. I'm so grateful for busy days like this that I pre-prepped my meals, and then go back to work and then come back and be the Nuggets mama. I originally had the rest of my DIY at-home chicken bake ready to go, which has potatoes, cauliflower rice, chicken, cheese, hot sauce. I ate like a third of my portion for today for breakfast, but I'm really craving more of a sandwich. So I'm gonna do rotisserie chicken, cheese, and a croissant as my bread with some QP mayo. I've been really craving that lately. I had it yesterday on the way to the parks, and I had it as a late night snack with the nugget when dinner wasn't enough for her. I've gotten into making my own croissants, even though I'm fully probably capable of doing it. You just can't really beat the $5.99 Costco croissants. How affordable is that? So happy that we got a rotisserie chicken from Costco, and then I had Chris dice it up for the week. Just get the block cheese if you can. One, it's definitely more cost effective, especially with the rise of food cost. Two, it has less additives, which is up to you. I personally like to eat my carbs intentionally and not have it added into my cheese. Don't let people like fearmonger you into it either. I do it mostly for cost, taste. After I went pure cheese, I can't do the shredded cheese. Also, if you use it in pasta and stuff, like if you're gonna make more of a cheesy mac and cheese, the problem with the shredded stuff, the pre-shredded stuff, is that it kind of clumps and tastes grainy. Personally, just like blocks, there's more variety, and then it's cheaper, it tastes better for me. But I totally understand if it's not in your scope. When I have time, I'll just shred it all up, and then it's good to go until we're out of cheese. I like to break up the little cubes even more. I'm just gonna toast it for a little bit because I like my food to be a little hot. So yummy. And you could also add a little Dijon if you like mustard. Oh, I over toasted it just a little bit. I was busy putting dishes away. Ooh, but it's still absolutely delish. I am back from teaching. I am really tired. I'm glad that Chris has the Nugget. He picked her up from school, and originally I was supposed to watch her while he's at the academy teaching and getting all the admin stuff wrapped up for the night. Go since I got up. We also went to Disney last night, as you guys saw in the vlog. I'm kind of glad that Chris is keeping the Nugget a little bit longer. Typically, I rearranged my schedule for Wednesday nights. Normally I teach more at night. But because Chris has a lot of the more advanced classes at the Jiu-Jitsu Academy, he needs to be there to teach. It's gonna be nice to be able to catch up on the dishes, clean up the house a little bit, catch up on some laundry. The Nugs will come back, I'll make her some dinner. I need to eat my dinner. But if you guys don't know, a big thing that happened for us at the end of summer last year was that Chris was able to fulfill a lifelong dream of his, which is to own a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy. When Chris and I first met, he was a talent agent in LA, entertainment industry situation. That's actually how we met. He was working such crazy hours that I thought it was unhealthy, and I felt like he needed a hobby. He didn't have a hobby. So we started dating a little bit longer. My best friend at the time was engaged to a guy who was very into martial art. He was into capoeira, and he was talking about jiu-jitsu. And so during one of Chris's first birthdays with us together at his birthday dinner, the fiance was talking about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I knew that Chris really, really loved martial arts, and he was a wrestler in middle school into high school. He would have killed to be in a martial arts academy, but for whatever reason, his parents weren't able to either afford it or get him into an academy, or his small town didn't have one. I told him that he was gonna go with my friend's fiance, and I think he thought I was joking, but I wasn't. I basically was like, okay, Chris, you're coming home and I've got your gym bag. Don't forget you're going to that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu thing. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the differentiations between the martial arts back then. Like, I knew about Muay Thai and I knew about Taekwondo, but that was about it. He goes and he literally falls absolutely in love with it. Basically signed up that night. Started as me just getting him out of the house because I thought he was working too much and it was unhealthy, turned into a freaking obsession. I remember in the early stages of our relationship, I really regretted that I made him go do this. Limited like excess time was now consumed with BJJ. We moved, we had a lot of life changes. He got out of the entertainment industry, which he desperately needed to get out of. Because of those career changes, we didn't have the finances for him to go as often as he would like. And then we moved, and then he switched academies. And when he switched academies, it's always like a kind of political process of making sure that you are deserving of the belt level that you had earned at your previous academy, and also getting to know each other. We enjoyed it, but they were definitely much more aggressive and more about competition based. So that's something that we're very aware of, is like not everybody who trains is there to train to compete. Also teach each client, each student, to respect your training partners and not injure them. He switched academies after that. He's always been kind of on the Mushato lineage of things. So he got to train at like one of the best places in the San Fernando Valley. And unfortunately, 2020 happened and I got pregnant and he had to kind of put his training on pause. You're definitely not going to be wrestling around with other men, especially with a pregnant wife at home. And once things started to open back up, once we started to feel a little bit safer with everything going on, once I was able to kind of get my bearings and everything, he started to slowly start training again in the safest manner possible. We were always taking a risk, right? So he started training again, and then we moved to Orange County. And when we moved to Orange County, he wasn't really able to find a place that was to his liking, but we found a place that was really nearby. It was a completely different lineage, but it was nice because it was less than 10 minutes from home. And if you guys know, working out, going to things, if the closer the better, the easier, especially with a small child at home and a wife who is still going through postpartum, who is still really very much in the thick of postpartum and dealing with a lot of mental health and physical health issues. He went over, he signed up, he joined that academy, and then that academy was sold and taken over by somebody else. And then over the summer, he really was like trying to make another career shift. He just was really burnt out. Financially, we were in a place that was the lowest we've ever been. One thing led to another, and the opportunity came up to be able to purchase Gracie Laguna Hills. After all the paperwork, all the stuff, I officially took over Gracie Laguna Hills, and now it's officially OCBJJ, standing for Orange County Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We are going to be a part of the Mushato lineage, which is Chris's original lineage, and we are so excited. We are adding more classes for kids. We are also adding a competition-based group for those who want a little bit more challenge, to really challenge themselves, to hone in their skills, and to dedicate themselves to BJJ. And the Nugget and Chris is back. That's what's kind of been going on. Hello! You got something to show me? Would you like me to make you a croissant sandwich with the chicken and the cheese and the white dip? Yeah. Or do you want me to make you butter pasta with chicken? You want butter pasta. Now, I don't have the bow tie pasta, so it's gonna have to be the curly pasta. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay with me.
What did you do at jiu-jitsu?
Play.
You played?
Yeah. Do everything today.
You did everything?
I have my nugget.
I give you your protein first while I finish making your pasta. If I turn the TV on, you can watch a little bit while you're eating your protein until I can give you your pasta. Do you want some carrots? I am gonna make myself a personal hot pot. I do have like some body recompositioning goals. I don't want to talk about too much because it's personal. Plus, I don't want you to feel like this is diet culture. And my main goal, increasing protein and lowering empty calories. I am gonna make a personal hot pot with some lean pork belly cut. It's not pork belly, lean pork tenderloin, some Korean radish, mushrooms, and cabbage. This smells and looks so good. Best part is it hits the spot for my Taiwanese roots, but the perfect comfort meal that's also within my goals to dip it in ponzu. Growing up, my mom bought all the sauces, and I don't really remember what they all look like. Packaging has changed. I don't know the names of things. So if you have recommendations for chili paste, chili crunch, ponzu sauces, soy sauce, all those types of things, like different brands of fish sauce or anything like that, please let me know. One of the things I really regret not writing down or taking photos of, not documenting how my mom made some of my favorite meals, not paying attention to her grocery haul of the exact ingredients and brands that she used to make those foods for me, because I've had to kind of like ask relatives, and my relatives didn't know exactly. My mom measured with her heart and spiced with her heart. So I do wish I paid more attention in the kitchen when she was making our favorite meals. Order from Potflex came in. This is my first official order from Potflex. I got this because I saw Cassie's try it on, and this is like full potato mode. But then scrunch this. Be like cute zipper pockets, because I want functional pockets. So if I put something in here, I don't want it to fall out. Love that I can like really scrunch this waist. Depending on what I'm wearing underneath, I can unzip this a little bit more. Pockets on both sides, pockets in the back. I like it. I think this is a keeper. I was hesitant because it's not something I normally am like, oh yeah, I need this. And then I love that when I come home, I can be in full potato mode by going like that. It's like a adult onesie. It's super, super cozy with this lined fleece on the inside. The next two pieces, I got their classic leggings with the really deep pockets. So I normally don't like pockets in my leggings because I feel like they never are flattering, but these leggings are ultra flattering with the pockets. They're almost like completely invisible until I put something in them. And for me, when I'm teaching, I have the mic pack, which I usually clip on my waist, but it always falls out. So it's kind of nice to have that pocket. It's also nice to have this pocket for when I go to Disney or anything like that. And then I got the corset bra. This is so flattering. I love the square neck, love the thicker band right around here, because then it kind of gives you a more flattering arm shape and breast situation, especially if you're a little bit boobier. I have large boobs that need a lot more support these days. Really, really like this. Here is the deep V. I'm obsessed with the fit of this. What size did I get? I got a medium in this one as well. Definitely like the medium for the tops. Bras, tops. Sweatshirts, I could do a small medium, but honestly, I like my sweatshirts a lot baggier, so I would probably size up moving forward. The little romper situation I got in the beginning was a small medium, which fit perfectly because I don't think I would want it bigger. This way, you can also wear it the other way. I'm gonna exchange or return anything from this order, which is great. So I'm liking how this is reversible. Definitely want to get this in a couple other colors. I love the open back version or the deep V, depending on how I'm wearing it. Like for every day, like around the house, I might wear it this way, but for working out, and if I'm wearing a sports bra, I would totally like flip it around. Did do a little shorts haul. I am so excited over the pieces I purchased, and I purchased these all myself. I was gifted my first leggings, and I got the bell-bottom leggings, and then I got a square neck sports bra as well as a cloud crew neck. So those were the three items I did get gifted from Potflex, but then immediately after wearing the stuff for 48 hours, I ended up placing this order, and I did go to Target to get the Blogilates collection. I got the crew neck, the off-the-shoulder crew neck, and then I got a bra as well as the dress. I personally don't mind spending more money on the Potflex because fitness wear is like really where I spend a lot of my money. It's where what I wear most of the time. Love everything I got, and I am gonna be a loyal customer moving forward. I'm starting to feel really kind of down, so I don't know how much more I am gonna vlog in this vlog. I'm also just at this point where I want to create content that I am interested in creating. I know I've been talking about that for a while here and on my other channel, which I don't really post on anymore because I feel like the Serein channel, which started as a purely beauty review channel and then morphed into this like weird ASMR beauty channel, I am no longer that person. It's almost like the death of an identity. I know that sounds really extreme, but that channel started back in 2013, 2014, early 2014, but like late 2013. I started posting there as a way to really dress myself happy because I was in a really, really dark place in my life. I was very, very severely depressed. I was going through a lot of changes, a lot of growing pains. And then shortly after posting on that channel, my mom got sick, a very unexpected stroke during a routine biopsy. And before that, she was going through chemo and cancer and other health issues. And then the stroke just completely changed who she is, who she was. She actually used to be in my Vlogmas videos over on that channel. She was my #1 fan, my #1 supporter. She didn't even have a YouTube channel. She didn't know what YouTube was before I started creating content there. That channel really helped me get through some of the hardest points and moments in my life right after getting married and cutting negative people out of my life, specifically my abuser. Navigating boundaries when I first started understanding how to set boundaries and realizing that I had been abused my entire life, because when I started to put up those boundaries, I still blamed myself. I still wanted to make everybody feel okay, and I still took a lot of the blame and felt really, really guilty for not wanting to perpetuate the cycle anymore. And then having to navigate my relationship with my mom, and then dealing with her health issues. And then when she had her stroke and we didn't even know if I would ever be able to speak to her again, then her becoming a new version of herself over that course of the year of recovering from that stroke, and me trying to come to terms with, this is who my mom is. I might have her for a few more years. I can really appreciate that, to suddenly her health just completely declining and losing her. And through all of this, every time I had thought about maybe I was ready to have a child, to start my own family, something big would happen. I wanted to maybe try having a baby, and my mom had her stroke. Then she started getting better, and I thought maybe this is now the time we can have a baby and my mom would still be around. And then she died. And then I was just a mess, and I dove 1,000% into work, into that channel. I didn't really take the time to grieve. I grieved in between just hustling and bustling, and my channel was growing, and so I was taking advantage of that growth, and I just worked myself to the bone, just staying busy. And around 2018, 2019, my health had severely declined, and I was mentally unwell, physically unwell as well. And then as we started to find ways to heal myself and find my balance again, I started to think we could have a baby differently, because I had always imagined my mom being around to meet her grandkids. So coming to terms with that, and then getting pregnant and having this be a joyous occasion, but you know, it was 2020. I actually had decided we were not going to get pregnant because of lockdown, and we had already, unbeknownst to us, I was pregnant. Navigating that and realizing that I was being robbed an experience for the first time that I will probably never get again. And mourning that during pregnancy, feeling incredibly isolated during an already isolating time in a person's life. Then dealing with a lot of health issues towards the end of my pregnancy, and a very, very, very traumatic labor and delivery and postpartum that lasted for a few years, that I needed to get a lot of help with. And I tried to make my beauty channel work, and I needed a fresh, clean break. And so I've just decided to probably not post on there. I know I'll every so often try to post a beauty video over there, but I think it's going to be mentally healthy for me to just post everything here on my, I guess, what I started as a shorts channel, which has kind of evolved into a motherhood lifestyle channel. I originally started this channel to separate my pregnancy journey because I was very, very lonely and isolated and felt really sad and depressed and scared while I was pregnant with my first child. I felt like while I was very excited to become a mother, nobody else was excited for me, or the excitement was clouded, and there was this like haze of, I don't know, of whatever people were feeling at the time, and they were taking it out on me, or just I wasn't a priority. I did what I do best, which is create content and kind of just journal online in video format. And that's how I started this channel. And then shorts kind of started happening, and YouTube wanted us to make shorts. And I started documenting shorts at first, not knowing what I was creating, but then starting to piece together clips out of my day. When we moved out of LA, not far, but we moved out of LA, my therapist thought it would be a good idea to focus on the good moments I was having as a mom with my daughter. And so that's where Day in My Nugget Life started. It was for this channel that had like 5,000 subscribers that wasn't getting any views, and I started posting it on TikTok and Reels, and here repurposing the content on Shorts when it first launched, and it just unexpectedly blew up. And it kind of was a very interesting journey for that as well. I posted almost daily for months before that one of the videos actually started gaining traction and blowing up, and I actually thought like my phone had broke, my notifications had broke, that there wasn't any way that I was getting all these new followers or comments or likes or views. It was very jarring to suddenly see a video go viral. I had never had a viral moment in my 10 years of being a content creator. I've always had to just very much buckle down and work hard and hope people watch, and my views would be like what they were, but they were never viral. I never had a viral moment until Day in My Nugget Life videos. And when that started happening, I didn't really think much of it. I just kept doing what I was doing, which is documenting the good parts out of my day and being silly and being me, using my humor to voice over as the Nugget our days and trying to find some humor and some joy in our days. And through Day in My Nugget Life videos and that journey, I started to notice that I wasn't just having to force the good moments, that I was actually enjoying being a mom. And I was slowly starting to find myself and my rhythm and my relationship and my connection with the Nugget. I also realized people really, really were invested in her, and that was a little strange. As you've noticed, we did our best in removing any of her actual like detailed information of her life as much as we could, because I wasn't really thinking, I wasn't in the right state of mind. It also wasn't something I was aware of or worried about when I first started this stuff. It's still something I'm navigating, and I have to figure out how I'm going to navigate it. I'm kind of just playing it by ear, day by day. It is what it's going to be, and I'm going to make mistakes, as all parents are going to make. I will not be doing Day in My Nugget Life videos anymore. I think after a year and a half, 2 years of doing them, it just doesn't make sense. One, the Nugget is fully capable of speaking for herself now. She is her own person, and it feels strange to voice over content as her for her, because I think we've just outgrown that. Two, it's a little too much, I feel like yeah, she's still in my content, yeah, we still do mommy and me stuff together, but this is my channel. She's not the focus of it. And if that bothers you, there's lots of other people that have their kids online that make them their focus. And as she grows, I will probably share less and less about her life. If anything, I share things from my perspective. It's my perspective, and I keep a lot privately between our family and friends, because one, I never want to expose her friends unless the parents also have social media and show their kids, and I've already spoke to them about it. But even if friends are okay with me showing their kids, unless they're on social media themselves on some level, and I'm not just talking like, oh, they just post randomly to their private group, unless they have a public profile that also shows their kids and we've had a conversation, I will not share any of the Nuggets friends or my friends. Another thing is I want the Nugget to have her own autonomy. So the moments that you see her online are because she is absolutely okay with it, and she has vocalized that she doesn't want to take photos or that she doesn't want to be on camera. And she's not. I immediately turn the camera off. She knows mommy makes videos online, and I just am realizing how strange that might sound if somebody asks what mommy and daddy do. She knows daddy does jujitsu. Mommy makes videos online, which can be taken very, very differently. She knows this is what I do. I've tried to explain to her who you guys are. I explained to her what the internet is. I don't think her brain can fully grasp it, and I don't know when her brain will fully grasp it. She knows what I do for a living. She knows how I do it, and she knows that when we talk to the camera, there's a bunch of people that we don't know that are watching. And so sometimes she wants to show you guys her stuffies, and I will allow it. Sometimes she wants to show her day with me at Disneyland, and I will allow it. And you'll notice that I show us. But anytime that she's talking, or that she might be upset, or she doesn't want to be on camera, or she's enjoying her time with her friends, I will not be showing that. And that's going to change. You guys can say what you want. That, you know, parenting, parenthood is ever evolving, and I'm learning as I go, and I will adjust as I go. Most of you guys, especially parents, are very understanding and very, very respectful of our privacy. And I know it's weird, right? Like I'm clearly creating content online, but yet I want some sort of autonomy and privacy. I think that's okay to ask for. I think it's fair, and it's this thing where I wanted to start creating content back in the day, even on my beauty channel, to feel less alone, less isolated. And I think that's always the theme of my content is I've never felt more connected and more of a way to express myself than creating videos and posting them to the void of the internet, and hoping those who align with my feelings or who find what I'm going through helpful, or help them feel less alone or isolated or sad, find me, and that we can build this little corner on the internet together, so that maybe my videos can keep you company, maybe you can feel less alone, less isolated, or maybe I can just help you get through your day. So maybe we can share things. Like, so many of the things I've learned about cooking, about home care, about parenting, about taking care of myself is thanks to the internet. And not like Google, but thanks to other content creators who post their tips, who share these things in the kitchen, in the home, or in life that I was never taught. There's so many things that I have learned thanks to other people's grandparents, moms, dads, uncles, aunts. I don't know, maybe you see me do something in the kitchen as I make lunch that gives you an idea, that motivates you, or that inspires you in the kitchen or in your life or in the home. Or maybe I show you a workout or a little thing, a little piece of my workout out of my day that suddenly spurs you to either go take a Lagree class, because I love it so much that I became an instructor and it helped me find a community in real life, or that you're like, oh, she works out in the garage. I have a couple dumbbells. Let me work out in the garage. I don't know. There's so many things that I have learned thanks to watching other people's vlogs, videos, short form, reading about it on Pinterest through their blogs. That's my hope. That's my hope. If you're still watching, I hope that you get something that is helping you feel more connected, less alone, less isolated. Maybe I'm keeping you company. Maybe I'm just a comfort to be posting frequently every week so that you have somebody to kind of hang out with you. Maybe I'm also offering something of value, of education within my longer form videos, within my vlogs. And maybe my shorts bring a smile to you because I wax Chris's nose, or I do silly sounds with the nugget, or I do silly sounds about parenting and life. I am going to make an effort to post at least once a week long form here on YouTube, because I really value long form content and I value your relationship and community here online. And I think the best way to earn that and to get to know me is through long form content. And so many of you guys I have met through my socials that I check in on you, that I wonder about you, that I'm wondering how you're doing. And so many of you guys have been there through the worst of my life. And hopefully it's all behind me, but we are still, I feel like we're still climbing out of this deep dark hole that we've been in for about 4 or 5 years now. There's a lot of things I don't share. There's a lot of struggles that are happening day to day, but I want to try and keep it as positive as possible, as well as sharing as much personally as I can so that you know that I'm real. I'm now rambling and this vlog is getting very long. I am going to try to post either on Fridays or Sundays, or if I have a double video week, I might do Friday and Sundays. Let me know in the comments which days work best for you. Would you like me to post Sunday mornings so you can watch me, or Friday evenings or Friday mornings so you have the weekend to watch? And then my bonus video can be on the other day that you guys choose. Okay, thanks for tuning in.